Okay, so the top 3 questions I always get asked. Number 1, am I related to George Clooney? Number 2, am I a Gymshark pro athlete? And number 3, where the hell have I been? So I've just looked at the at YouTube and seen that it's 7 months, 7 whole months since I last put a video up. I just don't know where that time has gone. I've got to be honest with you. It's been a crazy year. It's been a totally crazy year. I last left the office on the 17th of March last year. I haven't been back since. I haven't been through the door. I've been working remotely from home from a laptop and a desk we've set up in the spare bedroom. Bronnie's been out to work because she obviously is in the medical field. She's been working at the hospital and has continued to work throughout that. But that's left us and everybody else. I'm not suggesting we're any different to anybody else, but that's left us in a state of living day by day. And I think that's how everybody has felt over the last year. It's wearing thin, I've got to say. We've been trying to be very good. We've tried to follow the rules. We've tried to do everything that was asked of us. Bronnie's had her second job. She's had it quite some time ago because obviously she works in that environment. Whereas myself, I'm getting my second job in, I think it's about 7 to 10 days time, actually the date is. So that will hopefully, with a couple of weeks added onto that, will then open things up for me for the summer. I hope a little bit like everybody else. So I don't know whether you're pro-jab or anti-jab, but to me it was a matter of course I'll have the jab. I mean, at the end of the day, what the alternative was pretty crap, really. So yes, I'll be taking the jab. Have we been away? I mean, at the end of the day, the van hasn't done the mileage that it should have done this year. There's no two ways about that. But we have managed to get away, albeit very local. We are very fortunate. We live on the edge of the Galway, down in South Wales, which is just beach after beach after beach. So we've been very fortunate. We can take the dog down there for the walk. Ollie loves to swim. In fact, I think Oxbridge Beach, which is where we predominantly go, you've seen in past videos. If not, you can see a couple of little snaps on our Instagram page, which I'll link below if I can work out how. So we have been away for a couple of weekends, but there wasn't much worth filming there because the weather wasn't particularly great. On the fantastic days, we would just walk the dog and have lunch and then sleep the night maybe, and then rinse and repeat again the next day. And it was fantastic. It was very relaxing. It was a good way of getting away from work, good way for me in particular. I've struggled in as much that I haven't been going out to work, so the house became my, I wouldn't say prison because that's not true. I'm very comfortable, but it was the place where I was, and I very rarely go out, you know, or very rarely go out. So it was good to get a bit of fresh air and see other people, and although you're always socially distanced nowadays, at least there was some sort of interaction. So, going back to the questions at the beginning of the video, no, I'm not related to George Clooney. No, I'm not a Gymshark pro athlete, but yes, people have been asking where we are, hence this video. One of the other questions we do get is where we're going and what we're doing and how do we have any plans. Well, the answer to that is yes, we do. We do have plans. We have booked the ferry over to Ireland for end of June, beginning of July. We're going over to see Amy. Without doubt, she's been probably the hardest thing. We haven't seen her for a whole year. Yes, we've had FaceTimes, yes, we have conversations every day, yes, we text every day, but we haven't seen her, and I haven't been able to hug her for a year. It's been incredibly hard, and particularly on Bronnie. She's been a trooper. She's been a trooper getting through all of that. Before that happens, actually, Amy's coming home. She's a teacher, so when she goes back to Ireland, she has to, at the moment, she has to go into isolation, or whatever it's called, where you have to stick inside for 14 days. And because she's a teacher, obviously they're going to be coming up to the holidays, and that will give her time to come over to UK and then go back and self-isolate. She hasn't been able to do that, even though Wales opened up slightly more than Southern Ireland has. Yes, she could have come over here, no bother, but she couldn't get back, then isolate, and then get back to work in time. So it's just been an impossibility. We're hoping then she goes back, we then travel over. We're hoping to do that, and that the Irish system opens up a little bit more. At the moment, they've opened up travel between counties, but we're going to keep a close eye on that. We don't want to tread on any toes. We want to keep to their rules. They've been very good at managing their COVID situation, and who are we to disturb that? But if it is open, yeah, that's where we're going. We're going to spend a few days over in Dublin, and then we're going to travel across country to Galway. Bronnie lived in Galway. Amy was brought up there, so we'll be spending a couple of days there visiting friends and things like that, and then up the Wild Atlantic Way for a few days up to Connemara way, up in that direction. Don't know exactly how long we'll be travelling across the Wild Atlantic Way, because we booked 2 weeks holiday, but we've got to get there. We want to spend time in Dublin, or just outside Dublin, so that we can spend time with Amy. We want to go over to Galway and make sure that we are spending time with friends and giving them the time that they want and need. And then anything left will be that little journey. Hello. Coming up? You're coming up? Can you say hello? Can you say hello to everybody? Oh yeah. Thank you. So we're thoroughly looking forward to that. We don't know the routes exactly. We booked a couple of campsites. We booked one that was in Dublin, or just outside Dublin, for the first couple of nights, and then we booked one that's in Galway, or just outside Galway, for a couple of nights as we travel over there. So that will be, most of the day we'll be travelling over to Galway, I guess, taking it easy as we go along. May go motorway, may go across country, don't know yet. We'll decide when we get there. The joys of having a van is that just make that decision as you go. We then booked the campsite for a couple of nights so that we can arrive that night, then spend some time with those friends, and then from there on, we don't know. We don't know how or what or where we're going to be staying. We'll make that decision as we come along. We are aware that this year are probably different, or very different for everybody, in as much that a lot more people will be spending holidays at home. So campsites are likely to be full. So we're not going to leave it until last minute. But at the moment, particularly on the Irish side, we're not getting that many responses to telephone calls and things like that to the campsites. They're just simply not open here. And if they are, they're measuring the situation to see what they can and can't do. You finished all? So that's us. We do plan to film all of that, and I do plan to make a proper Irish vlog. So if you can, look forward to that. I've also got a couple of ideas for vlogs which are going to come up between now and then. I am going to be more conscientious about filming. I am going to be more conscientious about uploading content, I think it's called. But in the meantime, that's just our brief news summary. You want to say goodbye? Are you going to say goodbye? Are you going to say goodbye? Go on. Okay, down again now. So that's our brief news summary. please bear with the channel. I know that we don't upload as often as we should or could, but I promise we will be from now on. Not too regular. Don't expect it every Sunday or anything, but it will be more regular than it has been. Okay, in the meantime, do remember to play nicely and share all your toys.